Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here in the Cummins. We got it running, driving. We've been driving it for a couple weeks now. Have pretty much no issues besides like little stuff, which is one of our connectors for the turn signals. Anybody who's worked on one of these trucks headlights, whether it's 15, 30, 25, 3500, they separate. Well, where the bulb actually connects, the socket actually connects to the wire plug. One of the tabs is broken off there, and it's just not letting it make a good enough connection on that. So that's a little messed up. Got to fix that. Super easy. Another thing is our brake light, like the emergency brake light switch. I don't know if it's just dirty, if it's bad, if it's bent out of whack. Whatever. I'm going to take a look at that. If not, I do have another one. But what we're doing today, we were talking about getting a new dash in here on one of the previous videos of this. Well, I ended up going with a 2008, which is a little bit different than the 2002s to 2005s. I think 2005s, because I think they switched them to 2006s. So I will show you that one. Found it at a junkyard here. It's in great shape compared to all that. Plus, it looks a little bit better. I think it's going to class the truck up a little bit. Now, we are planning on doing a full black interior in this truck. Maybe a little bit of blue accents, because I think I'm going to paint this truck that new Dodge blue, like the 2021 Dodge blue, maybe the 22. I haven't seen it yet, but sorry, I'm actually at my house instead of my parents' house, and I live on a semi-busy street. So, but yeah, I guess without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and actually disconnect the batteries, because I'm gonna be taking the airbag out and unhooking the one out of the steering wheel, and I just don't want any accidents to come out. But oh, back to what I was saying. Going to be painting the truck blue, painting the interior black. This one is already like a dark gray. I don't know how well it's going to match the dash, so that's what's going to decide whether or not we use that new paint that they have out. It's supposed to be for vinyl, plastic, and cloth. You're supposed to be able to paint it a different color. I've heard good things about it. I've never actually used it. My brother says that he's used it before on seats and it's worked great. So yeah, that's what we're going to end up doing if we have to. But I guess I can show you what I'm going to be starting with, how to take the dash out of one of these trucks. I've seen a couple of videos where people have swapped those dashes into one of these, which they're the same body, so it's pretty much just like taking out one of these dashes. The only issue I think I'm going to run into is the heater controls and the headlight switch. Now in 2006, they switched to a CAN bus system on these trucks. So everything is ran through like a body control module. I've been fiddling around with the one I got off of the other dash. I actually grabbed it. And to me, I don't know if it's actually going to work. It looks like just the front faceplate is actually different. That's what it looks like. I don't know if the circuit board that's in there is different. I don't know if the backing plate is. I'm going to have to mess with it a little bit more. But, oh, hey, I actually have it right here. So, this is what this one looks like. As you can see, it's square corners. And that one has the rounded corners. So, but when I was messing with it, it looks like the knobs are all in the same place, the buttons are all in the same place, and when I was looking up photos of it, the resistor is what I'm guessing that part is, because that's what it looks like, is a blower motor resistor. And this plug honestly looked the same. I haven't actually taken it apart and looked at the circuit board yet. See if there's different chips or anything like that. I may actually just unplug this one without doing everything and seeing if it works. If it does, then I'm just going to do that. Not worry about having to take it open. Same with headlight switch. I haven't messed with it yet. It looks like it's just the front cover. Actually, I don't know. That one might actually be the same, just with a different knob. But that's going to be something that we're going to have to get to. So I will switch you around, and then I will show you what you need to take apart to get one of these dashes out. And obviously on yours, if it's in good shape, be very careful, because the plastic that they use for these trucks, for these dashes, they are extremely brittle. So just be super careful with them. So yeah, I will switch you around now and show you what you need to do. So first thing is this part here pops up. As you can see here, you have a clip there, and then you have these ones in the front. What you're supposed to be able to do is take one of your pry tools, your body pry tools, pop this up, and then pull it back towards you. Now those that are up there in the front right there, I haven't had one of them come off in decent shape. They've always broken this. But as you can see, my dash is already destroyed, so I'm just going to take everything out of it. Break this off. Alright, so there we go. Now, I don't know if you have to take all of them off. I'm going to, just to be safe, because I don't want to be messing around with them since I'm doing it myself. You have a bolt there and there. I think you have 6 of them going across the front that you have to take out. And then on an automatic, you'll have cup holders right here. Come on and focus. There we go. You'll have a cup holder right here, ashtray here. This one's broken, obviously. You're going to have to pop those off. The cup holder will probably be held in by a couple screws. I haven't messed with these ones. Then, if I remember correctly, there should be a couple screws holding down on this manuals. These cup holders, that should all pop up. Then you have 2 bolts that are back there that actually are holding on the dash. And then on the sides here, let me get this popped off. Give me a second. So I went ahead and took this bottom kick panel off. That way you can get up to in here. You got these 2 bolts that you have to take out. This has to come off. Drop the steering wheel, because there's actually 2 bolts up above the steering column that you have to take out. Then just undo all the wiring that you can get to, and pretty much do the same thing on the other side. Just try to get as many screws out as you can. Remember where they go, and that is pretty much it. Now, my buddy and I, out of the 08, we were able to get it out within 30 minutes, I want to say. And that's just with all hand tools, and this time I actually have electric tools. So I'm going to try to see how fast I can get it out without breaking anything, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to get all this pulled off and take it out. If I see anything that I missed or whatnot, almost locked the truck. I will obviously bring you back on, show you it, but I'm going to try to get this whole dash unscrewed, unbolted, and taken apart. So here we go. Alrighty, so another part that I thought would be kind of beneficial, because I couldn't find a video on it for anything. I found a couple forums that kind of described how to do it, but it's how to remove these shrouds, especially if you don't have one that has a torque screw, holds the shift or the tilt lever on. So what you do is this part, you push it all the way down, then you get, I just use a flat tip, and it pops off of this, and then you can slide that over. Now there is a Torx here, and then you got 2 on the other side, and you got to pull it around the ignition switch, and then that will let you get to all the wiring that you got in here. So thought I'd just share that little part. So okay, you're gonna have to ignore the mess, but in here with the headlight switch and the blower motor, or not blower motor, but the heater controls. So what I did is pretty much took the back out of the original one and just snapped it to this one. Used the same knobs that were on this one. So now the internals of this are out of the 03. The internals of that one are in the 08s. Now the headlight switch, I wasn't as lucky to be able to swap it out, although I did try. For this one, you have to kind of cut a little bit of it out. I'm going to try and find like a small piece of metal and some longer screws to try to hold this in. I do have it super glued using some of this JB Weld Super Weld. I've used it before and it's actually worked pretty well.
Oh my god, you glued my cow to the thing.
As you can see, I glued the cow to the thing. But fits in there very nicely. Can't even really tell that it's not supposed to be there. Once the glue dries, you're just gonna have to clean it up a little bit. But sorry about that. I was looking at stuff. But yeah, you have to cut that piece off of the 03, and then there's a piece there, and then there's a bridge that goes across the bottom on this that you're gonna have to cut, plus the guides. You have to get rid of those. But as you can see, it looks pretty good. That's gonna look factory. That's pretty much it for now. The only other thing that I have to do is try to find another cigarette lighter or 12 volt thing, because this dash has 2 of them right below the stereo, whereas that one only had 1. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give you a little update on what you can do. If anybody's trying to do this swap just like me, they like them a little bit more, and the plastic on it isn't as brittle as the first gen of the 3rd gens. So yeah. Alright, so as you can see, dash is in the truck, fit in pretty much like factory, pretty much the same truck, so no surprise there. I use my same cup holder and I don't know, whatever you want to call it, center console, bezel, whatever, just because finding one of them for this with a stick is kind of hard, especially around here. So just use mine for right now until I can find one. Ended up using the same door panels from the same truck I got the dash out of, so those look pretty good. The window switch bezel over there, it was already taken out, so I wasn't able to get that one. So that one's still gray, or not gray, but tan, and so it matches those. But for the most part, this was actually really easy. The next thing I'm thinking about doing is possibly upgrading the steering wheel, which if you do that, you're gonna have to take the whole steering column out, because the way that the steering wheel connects to it is actually different. From what I've been reading on the forums, the wiring is all the same, so we'll have to see about that. May just keep this one, I don't know. But next up, we gotta clean it up just a little bit and clean up all this stuff. So one of the big things whenever you go to do this is the I think anything after 2005, maybe 2006, they have a 2-stage airbag which is kind of like a speed sensor thing to see how fast it's supposed to deploy. The O2s to whenever they changed them, 05, 06, they have a single stage like this one, which means it comes out as fast as it possibly can no matter what. That's going to be the end of this video. There we go. Didn't notice that before, but it was popped out a little bit. But both these do work too, just so you know. Whenever you go to swap them out, this one being a stick, it had a power cord, the 12-volt power outlet down below. I just cut it away from the rest of the harness and brought it up to here, and it actually fit in very well. Other than that, like I said, I used the same wiring harness. Didn't really have any issues. It went in there pretty well. Some of the things I did have to cut away from it to stretch them over just a little bit, but for the most part it looks good. I like it a lot better than the old cracked up dash. So hey everyone, I'm re-recording the end of this video. The last little section of it was recorded not last night but the night before, and it was freezing. It was like -4 or 5 out, and we had like a -25-degree wind chill here. Plus, standing on ice, it made my feet hurt, so I was trying to get it all done quickly. So I was kind of fumbling through that last little part. Now, this video is going to probably be a little bit shorter than what I was hoping for it to be, because from the time I started recording to the last section of it, I actually got really sick. I was getting migraines so bad that I was getting bloody noses. Had a 105-degree temp and all that, but doesn't matter. Over it now. Feel a lot better. Got the truck semi done. Now with this video, I was kind of hoping just to give a little bit of hints, pretty much show how to do it, and give motivation to anybody who wants to try and tackle this. I say go for it. It was super easy. I would honestly do it again. Maybe not in the middle of winter, but I would definitely do it again. It was super easy to remove the dash and put the other one in. Even if you're just removing your dash to change out a heater core, AC condenser, whatever, do it yourself. It was super easy. You can have those dashes taken out even without ever doing it before within an hour. And that's taking your time, making sure you have everything disconnected. Another thing that I would recommend is when you do take that dash out and either put a new one in or put the same one in, have somebody help you. It just makes it so much easier, makes it a little bit safer on yourself. Now, the only thing on this one that I didn't mention in the video is my ABS, or not ABS, but airbag light is still on because I did not hook up that airbag. Anyway, that is because of the single stage airbag versus the dual stage. I don't want to wire them up and have them pop the airbag and destroy the window. Still in great shape, but no, as for what this took and everything, I would highly recommend anybody to do it. Whether you're a novice shade tree mechanic like me, or if you're a professional mechanic, it's super freaking easy. Don't get scared by it. The only part that is hard is that front cowl piece, vent cover, whatever you want to call it. And the only reason that's hard is because of how brittle the plastic is. Now, on the newer dash, like what I put in the truck, they're a lot more pliable, they're a lot more flexible, they don't get as brittle, and that was the only hard part, honestly. Well, it wasn't hard on mine because mine was destroyed, but that would be the only hard part. But thank you for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, or anything along those lines, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'm usually pretty good about it because it pops up on my phone. Other than that, thank you for watching. You all have a great day. And hit the subscribe button and the notification button if you want to see anything else. Like I said in the previous part of the video, we are going to be getting back on the charger. Hopefully getting that floor changed out. We do have it all in stock. Or not in stock, but in the garage. So hopefully we get to that soon. But yeah, you have a great day.